let's work on knee controls. We control the twisting of the knee and also of the elbow by the history independent solver's swivel angle. Okay, so as we move that parameter around, you get an idea of the type of motion we're going to be able to get from this. And we're actually going to take a few approaches when it comes to setting up our swivel angle. The first approach is to use a control object. The second is to use a custom parameter. Okay, so that way you get an idea of how both work and find out which is going to be best for you. So to get started here, I'm just going to go ahead and go back to the create panel, and under objects I'll create a sphere. With that sphere now drawn, can right click and go to object properties and make sure that it will not be renderable. We don't want our knee control showing up in our renders. Alright, so now we can quick snap it to our knee bone on the left side, clone it, Control V, again make it a copy, and then take that clone and snap it to the right knee. Now, selecting both, we'll go to our scale tool, making sure it is set to local, scale that down, and now we can go to our move tool and move this out. Okay, so here are our knee control objects. We need to recolor them. So on that left side we'll use blue, the right side we'll find the green we've been using. Okay, great. Now that that's done, we could also rename them, being that they are both spheres. We know that they're geometry, so we'll go ahead and add that to our prefix, okay, with a simple GC for geometry control, followed by an underscore L underscore knee 01. Copy the name, paste it to the next object, and change the L to an R. Alright, great. So they have been repositioned, renamed. We can from here go ahead and freeze them. Alright, so we'll take care of that. Alt right click, freeze transformations. So now that they're cleaned up, we're ready to go ahead and tie in our swivel angle to be controlled by these. So starting with the left side again, we choose our IK goal, head over to the motion panel. Under our IK solver properties, here's where we get to pick a target. Okay, so let's go ahead and choose the pick target option and simply choose our left knee. Okay, so we can see that now Max is reading from this the movement that occurs from this left knee control to determine how this swivel angle will rotate. So now if we were to move that control around, there is our knee control working for us. Great, let's go ahead and do the same for the right side. Again, select the goal, choose none, click the object, and there we have it. Great. Okay, so now that this is done, we can go ahead and lock our rotation and scale on these. We only want to move these in position. So we know the process already. Select the object, go down to our curve editor. Again, we want to go to not the frozen rotation, but the new zero Euler XYZ. Select all of those, control click the scale, right click, lock. We'll do the same for our right knee control. And by doing so, we'll have finished our knee setup, and we're actually going to enhance it a little bit further in the next lesson. So I'm just going to go ahead and select, again, the rotation, scale, right click, lock. Close out the curve editor, and there we have it. Alright, so we have our knee controls working for us. By the next lesson, what we're actually going to do is set up shapes or curves that will basically always show us the direction that our knee is pointing in, and also it will serve as a way we can quickly find these controls. So in case they're lost within our character, for example, if we're working on a complex animation, or maybe they're underneath our ground plane, we can quickly access that control by what we're going to set up in the next lesson.